The little girl's voice was soft, almost shy. "Grandpa, what does AFFA mean?" The old man froze. His coffee cup stopped halfway. That question opened a door he'd kept shut for decades. By week's end, she would stand beside him at a funeral, surrounded by 300 roaring riders. Autumn light spilled across the porch. 8-year-old Sophie Williams sat cross-legged with crayons, copying strange letters from her grandfather's vest. Her grandpa, Henry Hank Williams, 72, gripped a chipped mug. "Grandpa, what's AFFA?" she asked. Hank's jaw tensed. For years, no one in the family dared ask. "Always, forever, forever, always," he whispered. "But what does it mean?" Silence fell heavy. Hank knew the answer couldn't be told. It had to be shown. That evening, Hank sat alone. On the table lay a faded photograph, 10 men in leather, smiling, engines rumbling behind them. He traced the edges, pausing on one face. Earl Red Dog Jensen, Hank's oldest friend, whose funeral was set for Saturday. If Sophie wanted to know what AFFA meant, maybe it was time she saw. The next morning, Sophie spotted Hank loading his truck. "Where are you going, Grandpa?" He smiled. "You're coming with me, kiddo. A friend's goodbye." The road wound through rolling hills. By mid-morning, Sophie's eyes widened. Motorcycles lined the roadside like steel horses. Men and women in leather stood tall. "Grandpa, who are they?" Hank inhaled. "Family," he said simply. Riders turned. "Brother," they called him. A tall woman handed Sophie a white rose. "For Earl," she whispered. Then the rumble began. Engines roared alive, shaking the ground. 300 motorcycles rolled into formation. "Grandpa, are they all here for your friend?" Hank nodded, voice breaking. "Every last one." The church stood at the edge of Maple Ridge. Inside, the pews creaked under patched vests. Sophie clutched her rose. At the front rested a coffin draped in black. "Grandpa, was he your best friend?" Hank nodded, eyes wet. "My brother." Sophie leaned close. "Grandpa, why are they all wearing the same jackets?" Hank whispered. "Because they never wanted to lose each other." Engines revved outside. The coffin was carried out, draped in black. The procession stretched for miles. Sophie pressed her face to the window. "Grandpa, does AFFA mean you'll never be alone?" He swallowed hard. "Yes, sweetheart. Always, forever, forever, always. It means no matter what road you're on, someone rides with you." At the cemetery, riders formed a circle. Sophie placed the rose gently on the coffin. From his pocket, Hank pulled out a rusty keychain. "Ride free, Red Dog." As the coffin was lowered, riders raised fists in salute. Sophie whispered, "Grandpa, will they do this for you one day?" He knelt to her level. "If they do, just remember what matters isn't how many come, but whether you live true to your road." On the drive home, Sophie asked, "Grandpa, does AFFA mean they're your family, even if they're not blood?" Hank smiled. "That's exactly what it means." That night, Sophie drew her grandpa's vest, writing at the top, AFFA. Hank hugged her tightly. "Thank you, kiddo." One evening, Sophie said softly, "Grandpa, I think AFFA means love." Hank's eyes misted. "That's the truest answer yet." Months later, they sat on the porch. "Grandpa, will you teach me to ride someday?" Hank smiled. "AFFA isn't something you learn. It's something you live." Engines echoed faintly. "Do you hear that?" Hank nodded. "Yeah, kiddo. That's the sound of family. Forever always."